Yes, San Antonio global listeners. That was Bobby Real Montgomery. That's right, an outstanding artist that's breaking his way through the cities, across the countries. And right now he's with me. Good morning, Bobby.
Good morning. How you doing? How you doing? How you
Oh,
doing?
oh, brother, I am blessed and highly favored. Brother, after listening to that sound, you really got it going on.
Oh man, I thank you, sir, so much. It's God's gift. It's God's gift.
Well, tell me, Bobby, what is it that drew you into gospel music?
Well, actually, what drew me into gospel music, I was actually raised in the church. My mom and dad, they was always going to church in East St. Louis, Illinois, and so I was surrounded by that gospel lifestyle. Unfortunately, I was living in the rough neighborhood in a rough area in East St. Louis, Illinois. And, I've always had like this talent of writing poems. I wrote my first poem when I was like in kindergarten, talking about dinosaurs, but I never really thought about rapping like that, through the years. I would write poems, write my feelings down. It wasn't until actually when I strayed away from God and I got caught up in selling drugs at 15 years old and just down spiral in my life. And when God called me, I was like 18, and that's when He showed me, look, I gave you this gift, and you ain't using it for me. I mean, when I was, selling drugs and doing all this stuff without God in my life, I used to freestyle a lot, but I never really took it serious because I didn't want to rap negative stuff, but I knew I could do it, but I just really wasn't serious about it because even though I was out there, I still didn't want to put a poison message out there in the airwaves, so I just left it alone. But when I came into Christ when I was 18, and he breathed on me and he said, look, I gave you this gift for a reason. And he gave me one of my first songs called Second Chance. After I accepted Christ, he gave me a song called Second Chance. And from there, from 18, I just began to write, and God would give me these songs, and I would just really write it down and just go from there. That's really how it happened. My mom used to write poems when she was younger, and I guess I just got it from her. But yeah, that's pretty much how it got started.
Okay, well, you're doing a fantastic job. Now, what do you see? Where do you see God taking you?
Well, actually, God taking me international.
Okay.
He's taking me international with my music. He's taking the music where it's going to get licensed on, different commercials, different TV shows. Gospel. The gospel industry is still growing, and I see that there's so much room for a lot of good gospel music out there, good gospel music, gospel movies coming out, a lot of inspired and Christian-based things are coming out. So I see my music going international, nationwide, international. See myself actually using the music as a platform to preach the gospel to people who are lost, who's broken, who's discouraged. And when I rap this music, when I rap this song, God will use me to preach the message of the gospel too.
Come on
So
now.
it's a full package. I'm not just, I know it's entertaining, but at the same time, it's ministry. And I know God going to use that music to get me in certain places, certain venues, and then I just drop the bomb on it with sharing my testimony and preaching the gospel, praying and laying hands on the sick. That's where I see. But it's global. It's global.
Well, I like what you said. I like the way you said that you see yourself there. You see yourself where you're going. I'm reminded of a song that says, that the Clark sisters sung and still sings, is that name it, claim it. It's yours.
Yes, sir.
you know.
Yes, sir.
And you're taking the proper steps. And one of the things is that you're also speaking. You know, one of the things that I've started accepting, and I started looking at more, is that you have to decree and declare where you're going. And
Yes, sir.
so many times we fall short of that. And if we would start decreeing and declare where we're going, and know that we have that right, God has given us that right to be able to do it, that all things are possible.
Yes, sir. All things are possible. You know, for me, it's like Abraham. God told Abraham he was going to have this promised, this blessed son,
Hmm.
Isaac. But Abraham, at first, when he was saying it in his own way, you know, he messed up with his little servant girl, and, you know, and he had this child that wasn't what God was saying, you know, and then he had to wait. But he had to see it first.
Hmm.
He had to see it first. When all the discouragement came, when all the doubt came, even his wife at the time was like doubtful, like, yeah, right, you too old. But he had to see it. And I think that's what helps us when we get discouraged, when there's things that come up we are not expecting, and it's like, oh, no, God, you told me that I was going to be here. You said my music was going to do this, and I will not accept anything else than what you showed me, what you told me, and I'm going to believe on that. I'm holding on to the dream like Joseph. Joseph had the dream.
Come on.
And when he was in the dungeon, and when he was in the prison, he had to think about the dream. No, God, hold on. You said you were going to lift me up out of this pit. You said you were going to lift me up. With Daniel, they had the dream. Hold on, no. I'm in this fire. But hold on. I ain't even get touched. God is the one who gives us the dream. He's the one that gives us the hope.
Come on.
And the vision. It comes from him. So as long as I continue to look at what God has showed me and look at what he said he's going to do, because it's his gift and it's his dream that he gave to me.
Come on.
So he will fulfill what he said. And that's just what I got to continue to look at. That's why I say international, because that's what God showed me. I'm not just asking for something just shooting aimlessly, saying, yeah, international, oh, yeah, this or yeah, that. No, God, you showed me international. God, you showed me my music going to be played nationwide over the world. You showed me doing these outreaches throughout the nation. That's what you showed me. So I just hold on to that, sir, and just keep it moving like that.
Well, all I can say is, go on with your bad self. Oh, no, okay, Bobby. What social sites? If one's wanted to contact you, get a hold of your music, or find out a little bit more about you, or wanted you to come to their church, how can they find you?
Well, if they want me to come to the church, my manager is Diddy Coffee. His number is 904-525-6386. It's 904-525-6386. The name Diddy Coffee, wonderful manager. He's been doing great things for me. And if they want to meet me or see me on social media, all you got to do really is twitter.com/realpursuit, REALPURSUIT. That's on Twitter. It's Real Pursuit on Instagram, REALPURSUIT, and it's Real Pursuit on Facebook. So it's Real Pursuit Reverb Nation. If you go to Google and just type in Bobby Real Montgomery, it'll list all my music videos, all my songs that's on iTunes, Amazon, any digital store that you could think of musically. You type in Bobby Real Montgomery, it'll pull up Chains, it'll pull up Nobody Knows, and on Google, it'll pull up all my music videos. Just typing in Bobby Real Montgomery, it'll pull up everything. So,
okay, before you go,
want to get in contact with me, that's how it is.
before we leave, now we heard Chains, and we're about to hear. Well, as soon as you go off the air, is that Nobody Knows. What is it that caused you to write Nobody Knows?
Nobody knows exactly what it's about. It's basically nobody knows the fight and standing being a Christian. Nobody knows the struggle. Nobody knows what it takes to be patient, waiting on God's dream, waiting on His plan to be fulfilled in your life. Nobody knows these struggles, and you have to count up the cost. If you're not a Christian, you got to count up the cost. So you can see that this is not just a little perfect walk. It's not just perfect little Smurfs walking around singing Kumbaya all day.
Come on.
And if you are a Christian, this is something to encourage us, to let us know, look, don't give up on your dreams. Don't give up. We all go through the struggle, but we got to stay focused on God and stay focused on His call and His dream for our life. So that's why I said nobody knows, because some people don't know. And I'm just trying to be transparent, talk about my struggle and certain things that I went through.
San Antonio Global listeners, we're talking to Bobby Real Montgomery. Outstanding, motivating. I think he's going to be a preacher too. But his music is reaching all around the world. Coming up next, Bobby, before we play Nobody Knows, do you have any shout-outs?
Well, I want to shout out to my mom, dad, Kathy and Bobby Montgomery, Bishop Bobby Montgomery and Evangelist Kathy Montgomery, and shout out to my manager, Diddy Coffee. Hey, it's a blessing. Peace out.
And here's Nobody Knows by Bobby Real Montgomery.